Too much shit happened in that house.
You know I love him, Ellen. I love him.
Well, hold on to your hats, because the Diddy drama seems to be heating up even more. It's like a never-ending roller coaster of scandals that just keeps us on the edge of our seats. Since last November, more and more celebrities have been stepping forward, spilling the tea on their not-so-pleasant encounters with Diddy, revealing his darker side. But guess what? There's a juicy new twist in this saga. Brace yourself, because rumor has it that a certain famous dad is allegedly pimping out his own son for a shot at fame and movie roles. Yes, you heard it right. The latest suspect in this scandalous tale is none other than Will Smith and his son, Jaden Smith. Word on the street is that he would force Jaden to take part in one of Diddy's freak shows as he watched and recorded it. This comes as no surprise, as there have been numerous videos of Will kissing his own son on a large national screen for years, showing Jaden looking really awkward. Some might call it fatherly affection, but let me tell you, this goes way beyond that. I mean, who would kiss their son on the lips and make them feel embarrassed in front of thousands of people? It really shook Jada Pinkett Smith to her core, and when news broke about Diddy's house being raided, she didn't waste a moment before speaking out about her son's experience. So what exactly did she reveal? Well, let's grab a seat and spill the tea together to find out.
Because of some business that they had, and I don't know the complete details about it, but that's about to come out because, like I told you, we're about to take legal action.
Right. You should.
Yeah, no, we are, for sure.
For a while now, there have been a ton of rumors swirling around about Will Smith's preferences. While he hasn't made any official statements yet, Diddy, on the other hand, has been accused of not just being gay, but also doing some questionable things to his young artists under his label. And it doesn't stop there. There's a laundry list of shady stuff he's allegedly been involved in that we couldn't even cover in this video if we tried to list them all. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, which is Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith's journey in the spotlight is as intricate and fascinating as it is intertwined with his family's legacy in Hollywood. Born to the illustrious pair of actors, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, Jaden was destined to be under the glare of the public eye from the get-go. However, it wasn't merely his lineage that propelled him to fame. Rather, it was his undeniable talent and determination that carved out his own path in the industry. The genesis of Jaden's career can be traced back to this poignant portrayal alongside his father in the 2006 film, The Pursuit of Happiness. In this heart-wrenching narrative depicting the struggles of a homeless salesman striving to provide a better life for himself and his son, Jaden's performance resonated deeply with audiences and critics alike. Despite his tender age, he showcased a maturity and depth that belied his years, earning accolades and laying the foundation for a promising career. Building upon this early success, Jaden ventured into iconic roles such as the titular character in the remake of The Karate Kid, and as the pivotal figure in the reimagining of The Day the Earth Stood Still. These endeavors not only showcased his versatility as an actor, but also solidified his status as a rising star in Hollywood. However, it was his collaboration with his father once again in After Earth that presented a unique challenge and ultimately a profound turning point in his career. And since then, he has been the subject of speculation, whether about his relationships, his rebellious phase, his acting, and all sorts of things. And he hasn't been one to shy away from controversies. It's no secret that Jaden Smith has marched to the beat of his own drum, starting with his bold decision to leave the household at just 16, and refusing even family interviews. Anyone who's kept tabs on the Smith family knows that Jaden's behavior has raised eyebrows, suggesting that his mental well-being might need some serious attention. Take, for instance, the 2018 premiere of Skate Kitchen, where Jaden made waves by sporting an iguana as an accessory on his shoulder. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. He's been known to pull off other eccentric stunts, like mismatching his shoes and undergoing a myriad of hair transformations, from locks to afros, cornrows, to various dye jobs like blonde, burgundy, and even green. Jaden even surprised fans with a bold move to pink hair in 2019, followed by a stint with a half-shaved head and bleached eyebrows. By the time he graced the Coachella stage in 2019 with his pink locks and gold-plated teeth, some fans quipped that he looked like a 60-year-old who had indulged in some potent substances. Another eyebrow-raising incident occurred in November 2020 when Jaden attended Kendall Jenner's birthday bash amidst a pandemic, sporting an oxygen mask. While many criticized Kendall for hosting such a gathering, Jaden's choice of attire, or rather accessory, only added fuel to the fire. And let's not forget the time Jaden shared a video of himself in tears. It's clear that he's been through phases that hint at underlying mental health struggles. His social media presence, too, paints a picture of inner turmoil with tweets like, "The more time you spend awake, the more time you spend asleep," and "Just stare in the mirror and cry and you'll be good." Additionally, Jaden has seemingly struggled with his parents' public facade of marital bliss, juxtaposed with their private separation since 2016. Despite maintaining a united front in public appearances, Jada's recent admission of their separation exposed the underlying turmoil within the family. Jaden, along with his sister Willow, reportedly felt a sense of relief when Jada addressed the truth, as it alleviated the burden of secrecy. Sources close to the family reveal that the constant scrutiny and pressure surrounding their parents' marriage took a toll on the siblings' mental health. Jaden in particular found it challenging to navigate the complexities of his parents' relationship. Even before Jada's revelation, rumors swirled about the state of their marriage, adding to Jaden's emotional burden. Jada's candid admissions about her reluctance towards marriage and the pressure she faced as a young actress only added to Jaden's inner conflict. On one hand, he grappled with his mother's aversion to marriage, while on the other, his father's steadfast refusal to consider divorce compounded the family's instability. But perhaps the most possible explanation for Jaden's unstable mental state could be attributed to the continuous exploitation he endured at the hands of his father, who allegedly facilitated his interactions with Diddy for personal gain. Although there's a lack of solid evidence to substantiate these claims, it's important to consider the saying, "Where there's smoke, there's fire." And remember that the allegations against Diddy began as mere rumors until multiple victims came forward with their stories, shedding light on the truth behind the accusations. This pattern is not unfamiliar, as even someone like Will has been accused of audaciously mistreating his own son, with reports suggesting that he doesn't shy away from openly mistreating him. In fact, he seems to take pride in publicly expressing his inappropriate feelings towards his own son. Now, for those who might not be aware, whenever Diddy's name comes up, the first person that often gets mentioned alongside him is Will Smith. Just like Diddy, Will has also been accused of doing some pretty terrible things to young artists, including his own son. But before we dive into the part where he's rumored to have considered exploiting his son, let's first look at the connection between the dad and Diddy. Now, the public hasn't seen much of a bond between Diddy and Will, and there's been minimal interaction between these two. However, a few insiders have suggested that they're close enough to comfortably hang out together in one room. Now, there's nothing wrong with being close, and it's always been a part of human relationships, but the idea of using his son for fame is quite concerning. Now, the Music Mile is like a big adventure playground where you can try out all sorts of new things and meet different people. But something that's been talked about, although not in the happiest way, is how both Diddy and the Smith family have been involved in some not-so-great mentoring activities, especially with younger artists. There's been talk, you see, about how young artists have ended up under their roofs, and some folks have even said that it's been pretty tough for them. Jaguar Wright, for example, spoke out about what she saw happening at Will and Jada's place, especially with younger guys in the music biz.
Yeah.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills. Bashir Gray. Left that house fucking screaming.
If this doesn't ring a bell, well, let me give you a refresher. Just like what Jaguar Wright said, lots of young artists have been under their roof and were seen leaving in a huff, and one of those is Bashir Gray. Bashir Gray, once riding high on the success of his acting career in the hit series Empire, has since experienced a fall from grace. Interestingly, Gray's initial ambition wasn't to grace the screens. He was first discovered for his skills as a rapper. However, fate intervened when Lee Daniels spotted him and suggested he try his hand at acting, a move that would change Gray's trajectory. What adds a twist to this tale is how Daniels, the catalyst for Gray's acting career, recommended him to none other than Will Smith for guidance and mentorship. Now, just as Diddy provided mentorship to his favored young artists and employees, something more sinister than mere mentoring allegedly occurred at Will's establishment. Rumor has it that, akin to Diddy, he engaged in dubious activities with these artists, exploiting and blackmailing them for his own gain. Do you recall how Brashear's missteps came to light due to his careless behavior? And do you remember how he openly spoke about his struggles with depression and addiction? Well, those accusations only surfaced because Will had been mentoring him and showering him with love.
He's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline.
But it doesn't stop there. Meek Mill was another artist spotted at Will's residence. What's ironic is that Meek Mill was also seen at one of Diddy's gatherings. There are even videos showing Diddy's close relationship with Meek, to the extent that he affectionately referred to him as Daddy.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work.
Another supposed affected by this dynamic is Jaden's close friend, August Alsina. In a bombshell revelation in 2020, Alsina claimed to have had an affair with Jada in 2016, with Will's apparent knowledge and consent. It's got people thinking, wondering if the kind of help these big names are offering is actually causing more harm than good. And while Will and Jada were busy giving advice to young artists who aren't even their own kids, Jaden Smith found himself hanging out with Diddy. Now, this whole situation happened because Jaden wanted to become famous. At the beginning, he was known for his acting just like his dad. But later, he also started doing music, and one of the main reasons he got into music was because of Diddy's influence. Sadly, this isn't the first time Diddy has helped other famous artists become successful, in return for them being like his toy or something. Usher in particular has been quite candid about his early exposure to the glitz and glamour of the industry. From as young as 13, he found himself rubbing shoulders with influential figures like Diddy, immersing himself in their world of parties and even sharing living spaces with them.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. It was curious. I got a chance to see some things. It was pretty wild.
Justin Bieber, too, fell under the sway of Diddy's influence. There's even a YouTube video documenting their attempt to hang out for a whopping 48 hours when Justin was just 15, while Diddy, significantly older, was already 37.
You ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives,
During their time in that house with Diddy, it's widely speculated what kind of activities they were exposed to, especially considering the numerous lawsuits filed against him. Although these allegations might not have surfaced at the time, it's difficult to fathom the experience these young men endured while under his influence. And if you're curious about Jada's side of the story, insiders have spilled the tea, suggesting that her relationship with Will might not have been what it seemed. According to them, it wasn't all about love. It was more like a show. They claimed it was a carefully crafted act to make the world see Will as straight. So when he unexpectedly lashed out at Chris Rock, Jada's lack of surprise seemed almost scripted, as if they planned it to reassure everyone that their relationship was the real deal, and to deflect any doubts that might arise. Interestingly, Diddy played a significant role in mitigating the aftermath of Will's altercation with Chris Rock. Without Diddy's intervention, Will might have faced serious legal consequences due to the incident. Unfortunately, their once perfect image is now crumbling, with Diddy constantly under scrutiny for his alleged shady dealings. While Jada hasn't revealed all the details about how Will has exploited their son, she has been quite outspoken about her current disdain for him. And now, she has finally unveiled the reasons behind her feelings. Rumors have circulated about a complex relationship involving Diddy and Will Smith. It's been said that they've hosted lavish parties attended by closeted Hollywood actors, individuals keen on keeping their preferences private, who come to indulge themselves. Even Jaguar Wright didn't mince words when she made some explosive claims during a recent interview. She boldly asserted that the image of Will and Jada as the epitome of a perfect Hollywood couple was far from reality. She insinuated that their marriage was merely a facade, concealing a lifestyle allegedly centered around enticing unsuspecting young men to participate in various encounters with them.
Yeah.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
There's been a lot of talk about Will and Jada's marriage, especially the idea that Will wanted to keep their relationship open. This means he wanted to be with other men secretly while looking like a straight actor in public. People say this helped his career in Hollywood. Jada got really upset about this, and to get back at Will, she had a relationship with August Alsina. Their involvement with August seemed very serious, but also unnecessary. August talked about it in public, and some fans think Will's reaction was planned. There's also the issue of Tupac Shakur's memory hanging over their relationship. Willow Smith once wrote a letter to Tupac when she was 13, wishing he was still alive to make her mom happy. Jada and Tupac were very close before he passed away. It makes you wonder what went so wrong that a child wanted someone other than her dad to make her mom happy. Now, Jada is revealing some surprising things about her relationship with Will. She's saying she never really wanted to marry him, even though she did want to be with him. Jada's recent revelation shed light on the complexities of their marriage. She opens up about her feelings towards Will and their unconventional relationship dynamic. It's a candid glimpse into their personal struggles and challenges.
I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
I was under so much pressure, you know, being a young actress, being young, and I was just like pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
Jada is literally saying that she never really wanted to marry Will and wasn't in favor of the wedding. This reminds me of how Will first asked Jada out. Back in 1994, Will and Jada met on the set of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She was auditioning for the role of Will's love interest on the show, but that role eventually went to Nia Long. Even though they didn't get those on-screen roles, Will and Jada stayed in touch. Very quickly, Will's previous relationship hit some rocky patches. He gave Jada a call and asked if she was in a relationship at the time. She replied that she wasn't seeing anyone. And that's when Will made this move, saying something like, "Great, you're dating me now." It's worth noting that maybe they were drawn to each other because they had a lot in common. Will mentioned that he saw Jada in a different TV show called A Different World and felt a strong connection. This all happened before they actually worked together on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But ultimately, their marriage has been mired in controversy, theories, and speculation. And you know what her main reason for not wanting to marry him despite being in love? It's because she's come to understand Will's true nature and realizes he only needs a wife to maintain his public image. Notice how Will didn't divorce her after all she's done? It's because she knows all of his secrets. And the fact that Will let Jada have a relationship with August with his own consent speaks volumes on how staged their relationship is. One person even said, "It's not even that they're gay, they are predators." Another one chimed in saying, if he thinks it's funny to kiss his child like that in public, what the hell is he doing behind closed doors? Have they received a visit from social services? This is disrespectful to the child and SA. Another one said, it's creepier when he humiliates his son in public. What do you think about this? Is there any truth to the notion that Will Smith has taken advantage of his son? Or is it more likely that Diddy acted independently? Share your thoughts below. While we wait for further updates, don't forget to show your support by leaving a like and checking out our other videos as well.